What's up? So the dynamics of digital marketing in 2025 is drastically changing. There are so many things that are happening at such a fast pace. You really need to pay attention so that you know exactly what to do. So as everybody heard, you guys have seen on the news how Zuckerberg is going crazy right now, or at least the point of this video, on working with Congress and Trump and all this stuff in order to kind of like work out a deal because of what's happening to TikTok. There's so many people who are used to selling on TikTok that are just being shut down by the time you watch this video, and they need to kind of like pivot. The change is how to adapt this business. And here's what a lot of people are doing. So what's up? My name is Edwin Anthony. I run a whole bunch of 7- and 8-figure businesses, helping my clients scale all the way to the top. My goal here is to help you so that you could at least start the path to get there. We've helped many clients from all over the world make all these amazing numbers, and now it's your turn to get there. So let's get right to it. That's the intro. So basically, the way that we help our clients is that we don't put all our eggs in one basket. And that's probably one of the biggest problems a lot of e-commerce stores having, or just business in general, rather if it's e-commerce or local businesses. They're just relying on one social media, and that is horrible. That's super bad. What you need to do is, if let's say you're on Instagram, you really need to entertain Facebook as well, because Facebook has a different demographic that, although might not be 100% with you, there's still that other portion of the demographics that are still on Facebook and using the Facebook platform. So just pair those up. Okay. All right. So next up, depending on what your industry is, you also need to entertain YouTube. So YouTube is a very powerful source. So let's say if you're in the space of coaching, or you're in the space of, giving consultations or anything of that sort, you need to use YouTube as the information hub. Think about this for a second. When someone wants to learn something off of any platform, do they go to Instagram and try to learn something like really in depth really quickly? No, because a lot of the people, they don't have time for this. So instead, what they do is that when they do have time, they go to YouTube. They're on their laptop, they're on their TV, and they go to YouTube because they have time to actually watch something. Those people are more invested to give you their time in order to learn something versus, let's say, TikTok or Instagram, where they're just watching shorts. Their time span is very little. And so they don't have too much time in order to invest their time in you. And so what you do is you go to YouTube and you put long form content and include your shorts there as well. But the point is that it's a Google platform, and anything you post up there will also show up on Google's algorithm or Google's page when it comes to searches. The more content that you put on into the YouTube platform, that will complement then your website when it comes to SEO. So SEO is another part that leads to my next thing, SEO. There's not a lot of folks who are practicing SEO and they don't know the importance of this. But if someone is searching for you or for your business, you need to understand that they have intent. One thing is that if they find you on Instagram, and another thing is if they find you on Google. If they find you on Google, they are purposely looking for you. If they stumble along on Instagram or on, some type of reel or whatever, they just so happen to come about you. They don't really want to buy. They just like, well, if you convince me, then maybe I'll buy. That's how they are. But when they're on Google, they're like, I am looking for this. What does that mean? That although that there might be less people from Google coming into your website, those people who are coming from Google have more intent to buy. That means that they're going to convert more. And if they're going to convert more, where do you want to put your attention on? You got to put your attention on Google. So Google has two platforms. One is for SEO, that is working on your website, right? And doing certain tactics. And then YouTube. YouTube feeds Google. So you put the video on YouTube, and then you take that video and you put it on your website in a form of a blog. So people who actually read your blog, they have two ways of consuming the content. They could either watch your content on your website, or they could read the content that's right below the video. That's the whole goal. That's the whole purpose, right? So SEO, very important. Put time into internal SEO, external SEO. If this is foreign to you, I have a community that offers a lot of these classes that'll teach you on how you should be practicing this. And SEO is like building credit. It's not something that you pump something in and immediately you get something right out of it. No, if you have not started on SEO, you need to start like yesterday, because SEO takes time to develop. On average, for those who start on SEO right away, it can take up to between 5 to 8 months to actually start seeing the results. So the longer that you wait, the longer you're going to be ahead of the game when it comes to finally seeing those profits. Invest in SEO immediately. You need to start learning that, okay? Content marketing is part of SEO too. So that has to do with your blogs. If you're in the space, let's say, of selling men's shoes, let's say cowboy boots, how much knowledge do you have about cowboy boots? right? So you have to write blogs, everything related to cowboy boots, styling it. What are the best colors for this? This, like, just articles. You gotta pump them out. So that is content marketing. But every time you release content marketing goes to the next step, the next thing that's missing. A lot of people don't do this. All of our clients do it. And that's email marketing. Email marketing is gold. Listen to this. You could have a whole bunch of social media platforms. You could have followers on Instagram, followers on Facebook, followers on YouTube. They're not really yours. You know that, right? Because God forbid, if something were to shut down, you lose everything, right? And there's some companies, like I remember TikTok, people used to just get torn down or banned and you just lose everybody, right? So what happened to all those people that you worked so hard for? You never kept them. Email is gold. So what this means is that anytime you're bringing people from the top of the sales funnel, right, and you're bringing them down into your website, meaning that they find you on one of these social media platforms, and then they come down into your website because they're interested in your content, you need to capture that email saying, hey, do you like my stuff or do you want some more? Sign up so that I could give you something. It has to be something, it has to be worth it, right? Either they buy something from you or you're giving something in exchange that's of value. It has to be value. You can't just be like, sign up to my newsletter and get 20% off. No. It has to be valuable, right? And they would sign up. Once they sign up, now it's time to keep them entertained and propose more value. But if something were to happen to those social medias where you lose it, you got hacked or whatever, God forbid, right? You have those emails, and those emails, rather if they bought from you or not, you separate them in segments. These are the people who purchased. These are the people who have yet purchased, right? These two people get two different emails. One of them is, now buy this other stuff. The other one is, hey, have you bought from me yet? So there's different purposes for that. And emails are very good because you retain the customers in so that they could go ahead and continue buying from you, or you encourage those who have yet bought from you, but they're not stuck in the lingo of social media. That's extremely important. All right, let's talk about something else. So now when it comes to social media, a lot of people just either post reels or they just post a picture and that's pretty much it, or maybe a story here and there. But there is one thing that a lot of people are just really sleeping on, especially if you're doing e-commerce. Pay very close attention to this. This is important. Going live. Oh my goodness, I don't want to be in front of the camera, you know, all this type of stuff. Yo, we're in the business of making money or what? Like, you got to figure that out. Now, I get it. There's a lot of people who are very like entrepreneur that they're just like, I don't want to be in front of the scene, right? I totally get that. But as an entrepreneur, you have to make an executive decision. You have to say, all right, if I'm not going to be in front of the camera, I need to hire somebody who is going to be in front of the camera. So you might be like, well, I got a girlfriend or you got a partner or a business partner, whatever. Somebody needs to be in front of the camera that's going to represent your brand. And that could get tricky. So unless they're really part of the business and devoted, make sure that they are who they are, right? Or there's this new thing where a lot of people are getting into AI. And of course, I'm going to have separate education for that on how you could build avatars and stuff like that so that you could pump, rather if it's ads or anything like that. That's a whole different discussion. But what most businesses are doing is that they're actually going live. Going live, let's say if you have a brick and mortar store. I have several clients who are either in kiosks in malls or they already have their own store. Let's say you have this big event or you went to a conference and there's just a lot of people coming at you. You know what you do? You pop that camera open, you put your little mic on, and then you just like, and we're live selling to this. Oh yeah, so how much of this? How much of that? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is this much. Okay, yeah, here you go, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, guys, look, she just bought this. Bye, bye, hey, all right. Oh, another customer. So if people start seeing this on your live, they're going to be like, oh my goodness, I want that too, because I could see other people, they're buying and they're happy. And like, for example, there was this one client of mine that they went live, and one of the best scenes that I saw was that a customer was like, oh my God, I'm back again. You're back again. Oh my goodness. And it's like, they're buying something. How'd you like that last thing that I sold you? I absolutely loved it. And that's why I'm here. I want now to get 2 more for my mom and 1 for my aunt. All right, let me get that one and that one. And so when you start seeing that live, it gives a psychological thing to the person to say, scarcity, I want that too. That's the whole purpose. If you guys remember TikTok allowed people to either post a reel of, whatever it is that they're selling, but there's also people who went live and they made tons of money. And so live is a concept that came from, like, what is it? HVC or QVC or something like that. When they were like, and today we're presenting this cup. They used to do all that, and that worked for a reason. And so you need to go live, right? If you go live, how often do you go live? This is one company who barely spent any money on ads, right? But they were so strict on going live. They went live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and they even put it on their banner. They put it on the banner, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then they went live again on the same day from like 2 p.m. to like almost 3:30. And then they went live one more time, like at 7 to like 8:30, right? But it's only Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's it. They barely posted anywhere. They just went live. And so they built a community to let people know we go live all the time at this time. Come join us, right? And of course, they made it entertaining. And so that generated so much sales. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. I want to educate you on this type of stuff. If you love the content that I've shared with you today and you want to learn more on how to grow your business and your e-commerce, down below, I have a free community that you could join. It's a SKOOL community that you get access to all of my videos that are up to date. Because sometimes here on YouTube, they're kind of like outdated and you might want to know more. So if you go to that community, it's absolutely free. You get to watch everything on how to do all the basics, how to do the intermediate stuff, and how to learn more tips like how I'm showing you today. Aside from that, if you really like this, all I ask is for that subscribe button. Demolish that like button. You see the like button? You're going to take your cup and you're going to smash it like, wow, you know what I mean? And you're going to say, hey, Edwin, I smashed that like button like if it owed me money. You're going to say something like that. That's all I appreciate. I hope to hear from you down in the comments below as well. And I'll see you on the next video.